Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chris and this is ANC Candles and Car Air Freshness. I want to apologize to everyone who is listening to the background noise from my AC unit. It's been extremely hot in my city and my AC just keeps going on. Okay, so I am so sorry for the loud noise. Those of you who've been with me for a long time, since I've been recording downstairs in my basement, most of you already used to that noise, and I still apologize for that. Hopefully I will be able to go back to my upstairs office where I can really do recording without any noise. However, I still have a little one who will still run into the office and make noise and distract me, so that's why I've been coming downstairs. And also most of my show and tell videos will be done downstairs because that's where all my materials are, my cardstock, my candles, everything I used to make products, they are downstairs. So kind of it makes sense for me to be downstairs to do some of the videos that I do. Okay guys, let's get into today's video. Last time I posted a video up, it was about me trying to make room spray. And just in summary, the reason I was showing that video was to just explain to you guys that, hey, this is my journey in making room spray, and these are the roadblocks, and these are the discouragement I faced, and these are the things that kind of made me want to give up in that pursuit. And I also explained that when I started the first time, I made something like this, right? And to me, it didn't look right. And when I saw people in some of these Facebook group, not the one I have, but like other bigger groups, like they would say, oh, it's normal to have something like this and everybody has that effect, don't worry about it. I even read somewhere in one of these popular websites that people go and buy their candle supplies, that when you see a cloudy, milky consistency, that it's normal, right? And I'm not comfortable with that, right? Because there is nothing normal about this. Okay, this tells me that something is not mixing right. The molecules are not coming together the way they should, and it's either something is missing. Okay, so that was what I started thinking about when I made this, and I'm like, well, something is not right. Even though I've had people say it's normal, but I can't imagine putting this in a bottle, even in a clear bottle, or even in a dark bottle just like this, right, and saying that I want to sell this to people. Okay, so my model is this: if I cannot use it in my home, I am not going to sell it outside to people. Okay, I do that with my candles, I do that with my wax melt, I do that with my car air fresheners. If I can't use my car air fresheners in my car, I'm not going to sell it out. Okay, so that's what I do. And my wife is like my litmus test, where she doesn't want to spray anything in the house, especially on a hardwood floor, where the droplets will stain her floor or to stain the furniture or the walls. She doesn't like that. So the first time I created a room spray, she didn't like it because the walls were being stained. Because I was just trying to figure it out, okay? And everybody's doing it, why not do it? People are buying the bases from certain places. I bought the base and it didn't work out for me the way I expected. Could be user error, that is me, right? Could be I didn't follow the instruction properly, I don't know. But other people have complained about the same issue and that they are getting something like this. Okay, so I continued, and I told you guys in my last video that I also got something like this in my quest to getting the best formula for my room spray. And I kept going and I got something like this, which I said, okay, was good. But then when I shook it, right, it gave me that color again, and I was like, all right, I don't like it. But still, if you look at it, this kind of is better than this. This is like an upgrade, I should say, to this. So I was like, all right, maybe I'm getting somewhere, and I kept trying and trying, and I got to this part, and then if I shake it, it gives me the white color. Then I'm like, you know what, this is of no use, this is a waste. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link to that video in the description so you guys can go watch the video. All right, so now that I've gotten in a place where I'm very comfortable in saying I have a better formula or a better recipe for my room spray, I went ahead to do a lot of different batches, right? So the first time I did my batches, I actually did 1 to 12, right? And all of them just came out really horribly, right? So this was my close to perfect experiment 9. Don't know if you guys can see that there. So close to perfect experiment 9, right? So that was that one. Now if I shake it, look at what happens. So that was a big and total disaster. So I went to 10 to 11 to 12, and when I got to 12, I was like, okay, that's it, that's enough, throw in the towel, forget about this, right? But then I decided to give it another shot the next day. I came back to my workspace and I decided to try again, but instead of going to with the numbers, I said, no, well, let me just go with the alphabet so I don't confuse myself with the numbers anymore. So I started going from A, B, C, right through the alphabet, and the C was good. When I got the C, I was so excited. The A and the B, they came out clear, but the problem was I was having some separation between the oil and the solution itself. So the oil was floating on top, and I have this solution down there, even though it was clear. But the problem is that it's just oil coming out. If I put that in my spray bottle, okay, it's going to clog the nozzle. It's going to clog it because of the oil. So I said, okay, that's a fail, but at least I know how to get the color to be crystal clear, right? So I kept going. I did C. C came out really good. So the problem with C was that one of the ingredient in there is going to overpower the fragrance oil, which I don't want. I want the fragrance oil to be noticeable, but with the C, it will not be noticeable. Clear and clean consistency, and the liquid was crystal, okay, very clear. So I was like, okay, that is good. Now I know how to get it clear. All right, so I said, let me keep going, and I went to D, E, and F. D and E, they came out okay. Then F, we started seeing like a diminishing return, whereby we've gone to this height whereby we know what we're doing, and all of a sudden we started dropping, right? So we saw that effect of diminishing return, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Should I just stop now and just go back to C? But then I'll be risking the effect of that ingredient, which is going to be overpowering, and people will be like, okay, what are we smelling here? All right, so I don't want that. I want my product to be something that I will be proud of, and when I sell it out there, I can sleep good at night, right? So that's what I wanted to do. So then I kept moving ahead, and I got to K, and K gave me a promising finish, whereby you guys can see that it's almost clear. Actually, K started super clear, crystal clear. So I said, all right, I like it. I'm gonna go with K. Every other thing is gone. I'm stopping my quest for finding my right room spray because K is the winner, right? But then I remember that I have to leave this for 24 hours or to 24 to 48 hours to see what happens, because trust me, this started like this. I know it's hard to believe, but trust me when I say this started like this, okay? But when I gave it 24 to 48 hours, it turned out to be this. It was unbelievable. I was like, what just happened? Could you imagine bottling this in your spray bottle and then selling it, and then customers are spraying this? Right? So I say, yeah, let me leave this and see what happens. So I left it for 24, I believe 48 hours, and it became a little bit cloudy. It didn't turn to be white, nor did it turn to be this dark color, right? It just became cloudy. So I said, good that I didn't conclude on this. So I decided to keep going further, right? And a lot of you will be like, why are you telling us this? I'm telling you this because many people have given in to this. They've given in to something like this because they've been told that it is okay to have it, and it's normal to have that consistency. Okay, if I was a customer and I see something like this, I will not buy it for several reasons. Okay, number one is because of the color. It just, and the foamy look of it, it just tells me that there's something actually wrong. That is this truly how a room spray should be or look like? And also it has that look of milk, right? And if you are someone with kids and you leave this open, like, or just leave this like this, and it's not like in an amber or black bottle, if it's in a clear bottle, a kid might think, it's maybe a toddler might think it's milk, and they go drink it, right? And the other part about it is it looks thick, right? And it feels like something that will clog up the nozzle of your spray bottle. Okay, so even if I see something like that, I wouldn't buy it personally, right? So this is also to kind of give you a little bit of a nudge to go further, okay, to see what else you can do with your room spray, to see how else you can actually make it better, for lack of a better word, right? To see how you can enhance the quality of your room spray. All right, and if you already have a website that you buy from, their bases, and it's coming out clear, please stay with them. If it's something that your customers already like, if it doesn't turn out to be something like this, or worse, something like this, then you stay with them. There is no need for you to try and go find your own recipe or formula like I was doing, right? Okay, sometimes you got to realize that I like things the hard way. I just like to go and figure out things myself, and I do that for some reason. Number one, for quality control, so that I can know what my customers are enjoying, or what my customers are buying and what they are receiving, because I pride my product and my brand as something that is premium, so that when people see it, they know that they're getting something consistent, is standardized. Like in one of my boxes, it says premium is standard. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for. And if I am giving people this, I'm already lowering my standard. If my product is right here and my standard is up here, and I want to bring my product up here, I will have to work harder to bring it up here. I will not bring the standard to meet the product. Okay, I will not do that. If I cannot bring my product to be to the standard where I have it or I envision it, then I'm not going to make that product. Hence the reason why I've not made room spray for a long time, right? But now, because of the store that I sell my other products in, they've been asking me for 2 years now to make room spray. And I told them the reason why I haven't made it. And I was upfront with them. Told them all the reasons why I wouldn't make it, because of the issue with the spraying, and the just is not misty enough, and it turns out like this, and it's just not something I will spray in my house. I told them that if I can't spray it in my house, I won't sell it to you guys, and they appreciated that. Okay, just upfront with people about it. So I kept going, and then with the alphabet, I stopped at K, and I did M and N, right? The L, I didn't like it. The L didn't come out the way I wanted it. The L came out like the K, but then fogged up, like just became cloudy after 24 hours. So I knew that one wouldn't cut it, right? Then I created M and N. So now this is the M. That's the M. See how clear that is, right? And this has everything that I could wish for, right? It has the right amount of all the ingredients. Everything came together in an homogeneous way, whereby every single ingredient in this recipe formed a crystal clear room spray. And I was so happy with it. And I said, okay, let me check out the N. So when I checked out the N, it gave me the same consistency. Okay, so now I've moved from this to this, right? And the difference is clear. The M and the N, both of them have exactly what I was looking for. The right amount of fragrance oil, the right amount of emulsifier, the right amount of every solvent that I use. Everything included in it, including the pH balance. All right, I haven't talked about the pH balance test yet, okay? Because a lot of people don't use it in their room spray. The pH balance just helps make it uncomfortable for microbacteria or mold or yeast to grow inside your liquid, inside your room spray. They just make it uncomfortable. Okay, they make the solution not to be neutral so that bacteria can grow in it. They make it a little bit of acidic, so it's uncomfortable for bacteria to reproduce. All right, so I have them inside all of my room spray. And if you have something and you haven't, if you do room spray and you haven't, like, included pH testing or pH balance, your room spray, if I do a test on it, or if you do like a pH strip test on it, it will come out like this. This shows you it's neutral, right? If you look at that, that's 7, right? That's 7 right there. So it shows you it's a neutral solution, right? Or room spray. But when I do my test, it shows me it has a pH of 5.5 to 6. Okay, so depending on how much I put, it to get to like 6. It makes it really acidic for the bacteria to reproduce or to grow in there. All right, so I said, you know what? I have done more testing. So I include ingredients for my pH balance in all my room spray. This one I didn't include in it. And if I should do like a test, let me do a test so you guys can see it. Okay, I'm gonna do it right here in real time for you guys. So I'm taking the strip off here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the test right here. So there's liquid, you guys can see. It's not being soaked in anything yet. Okay, so I'm gonna just soak it in here now. Okay, see the color? All right, so we're gonna look at it. See where it is at. Okay, you can see that is neutral, right? Let's see where is that? Yeah, it's a 7, so that's neutral. So that is showing me, that's telling me actually that there is no pH balance in this one. So there is a possibility of microbacteria that will grow inside of this. Okay, and some of you have room spray that don't have that pH balance. And are you comfortable selling this to your clients or to your customers or to your retail store? And it's probably, you guys don't know about it, and people don't think it's necessary to add that into their room spray. But if you're going to leave your room spray on the shelf for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, I think it is maybe advisable or recommended, okay, to add something like that, okay, to make it uncomfortable for the bacteria to grow. However, if your room spray has alcohol in it and it's past a specific percentage of alcohol, then you're okay. All right, you are okay. But if yours doesn't have alcohol at all, you should consider putting a pH balance ingredients so it can make it uncomfortable. I put it in mine because it gives me a double layer of protection for my customers. Okay, I don't want to sell them a microbacteria colony in a bottle, okay, saying it's a room spray. No, I don't want to do that. I want to give them something that I use in my home, because I have little kids. I use in my home, and you guys can use it in your home as well, because I'm confident, because I trust what I make. All right, so that is what I wanted to show you guys, that I've come up with two recipe identical, but they have different percentages of the ingredients, which I could close my eyes and I can pick between N and M, and whichever one my finger touches, that's the one I will go with, and I will be okay with it. I'll be okay with it. But when I ran some analysis online about my percentages and about the cost effectiveness, okay, or the cost savings of each of the recipe I did, it says that although N will cost me a little more in dollar, but the preservation and the pH balance, it's going to be something I should pick, that the N will be my winner. So I looked at it and I ran some other testing, and I decided to go with the N. If I went with the M, I would be okay. I would be okay. In fact, the M would be saving me a little bit of money, but the N will cost me a little bit of money, probably $1 or $1.50, right? Which is okay. So guys, I found my solution. I found my room spray recipe formula, and I'm so excited about it. And I'm going to actually show you guys pictures of different ones that I have actually done after I've done the M and the N, right? I did series of more of this stuff just to make sure I wasn't lucky, just to make sure it's not like, oh, you got lucky, that's why your solution came out the way they did. No, I try to make sure to replicate the same thing, even try to scale it up, because right now I'm only making about what I'm only making 100 mLs. Okay, so I scaled it up to like 200 mLs to see if the consistency will change, and they remain the same. So I'm going to show you guys some pictures here while they just roll, and so you guys can see how they've been since I've been consistently doing them. Even the K, the L, the M, you guys can see that how clear they are. You know what? I even do something much better. How about I do a real-time video right here, right now, to show you guys how this turned out to be crystal clear. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of heat up my emulsifier or sublimizer. I'm gonna warm it up with my fragrance oil. So here is my fragrance oil, okay, and here is my sublimizer or my emulsifier. Okay, I'm gonna mix them together and just warm it up. Do you have to warm them up? Absolutely no, you don't have to. But I like to do this because it helps to quickly bind the molecules together, and I don't have to stir forever, right? It makes them lighter because the sublimizer or the emulsifier is very thick, okay? So it's viscous. You don't want it to be too thick, right, when you're mixing it with your room spray. So what I do is I just kind of, heat it up a little bit, not too much, all right? So I heat it up so I can stir it, okay, properly. I don't have to stir forever. Okay, give it like two minutes stir. If I don't warm it up, I might stir for like 3-5 minutes, who knows. But I just enjoy stirring up. I just enjoy warming it up, so I have that homogeneous mix. So there is no doubt in my mind that is this really mixed or is this 90% mixed. I want it to be 100% mixed. Okay, and I have my temperature here. Okay, that's fine. All right, let me just give it a little bit of stir while I turn this off. Let me just give it a little bit of more stir. Okay. All right, that's enough. All right, here we have our base, and this is water. Okay, this is water, so this is our base. Now most people will use something else, right? They will use whatever they want to use as their base. But my base for this video and for my room spray is water. Okay, and this will be the cheapest ingredient you will ever use for your product. Okay, and it's a different kind of water. It's not your tap water. That's all I can say right now. It's not tap water. And this is that ingredient I was talking about, the pH balancing ingredient. So this is it right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it into my water. Then I'm going to stir it. Okay. This should dissolve easily. It's not like baking soda that doesn't dissolve in water. Okay. This will dissolve easily in water. All right. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my next ingredient. All right, and it's right here. I'm going to add that while I'm still stirring, as you guys can see that. All right, so next I'm going to add my mixture of my fragrance oil and the emulsifier. All right, so this is where things get interesting, guys. All right, let me make sure you guys can see this properly. All right, so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So this is where things get really interesting. When I start pouring my when I start pouring the mixture of my fragrance oil and my emulsifier, the color is going to start changing to cloudy color or milky color, right? Are you guys going to see this in real time? Okay, I'm going to start pouring it. Let me see the best angle for this. I'm not a lefty, but I'm going to try. All right, so right here. I don't know if you guys can see it yet. It's becoming cloudy. And now you're like, uh-oh, but Chris, you said your solution, it's crystal clear. You say you had a winning formula. What's going on here? Yeah, my answer would be, don't worry about what I'm doing. What about what you're saying? Right? Just kidding, guys. All right, so just keep seeing, just keep watching what's going on here. All right, the more I put this, actually the thicker it becomes. And when you're doing this for the first time, you probably start asking yourself, I'm getting the same solution as this. Look at that, right? It's the same thing. Like, what's going on? Why is he saying that this will be clear, but right now it's not clear? Well, patience, right? Just keep stirring, right? So I empty the whole thing out. That's all the fragrance oil mix with the emulsifier or solubilizer. I think that's what it's called. All right, I'm going to just keep stirring. All right. All right, so the next and last ingredient that we're going to add, it's another solvent. Okay, and I'm going to add this in. All right, let's see, you guys can see that. All right, I'm going to slowly add this. All right, and just keep stirring. All right, this is real time, guys. I'm not pausing this video. This part of it I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to keep it going this way so you guys can see what's going on. And remember, I'm testing for this fragrance oil that I've never tested on before. So we'll see what's going to happen here. If my default or my winning recipe is going to still be the winner in this particular fragrance oil, or is it going to be a fail? We're going to find out if my recipe is bulletproof. Okay, all right, let's keep going. All right, It's clearing up. It is clearing up. All right, let's dump the entire thing in. All right, let's keep stirring. You guys see what's going on here? All right, see that? It's clearing out. You just keep stirring. Don't stop until it's cleared out, okay? You see some foam around it, it's okay. Just keep stirring. That tells you that actually you are in the right track. For me, every time I see the foam, tells me I'm actually in the right track. When I don't see the foam, like the micro bubbles, then I'm worried. But with this, I'm okay. Okay? All right, so that is all right. So we let this sit, right, for some time so that the micro bubbles can be dissolved or dispersed, right? And then we can look at it again and you guys will see how clear it is. Okay, just look at it right now. See that? It's clear. The difference from this. See that? So this tells me that my formula is still effective on this fragrance oil. So I can come down here, let me fold this down a little bit. I can come down here and I can just check this out. Check this one off. So this is okay. I can use it for this particular fragrance oil. Okay. It's been a few minutes since this has been sitting down, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. You see that? It's clear, right? See my fingers there. See that? So it's clear. All right? Far from this. Very far from this. You can see that. Okay? And you can also see that if I compare it to this and that, you see the difference. Okay? So this one was the L, right? That started like this, but became like this because of the 24-hour rule, right? So I'm going to give this 24 hours to see how it goes. The M and the N, they use the same formula as this. So I'm confident that this one is going to last longer, even with the 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, whatever hour, 72 hour, it's still going to be like this because that is how the M and the N has been. So since the last video I made, I think it's been it's been almost 4 or 5 days, and the M and the N, they haven't changed at all. So for me, it is the winning formula, and I'm going with the N like I told you guys before. You guys can see that? It's crystal clear. I made this in front of you guys, okay? There was no video editing on this one. You guys saw it, how it started like this and it turned into this. Actually, it started like this, then graduated to this, and the final settlement like that. See that? So I'm excited about this, and I can't really wait to launch it and get it out there for the public. The last thing we're going to do a pH test and see if our pH is neutral or if our pH is actually acidic, so it can be uncomfortable for microbacteria to reproduce or build their colony in my spray bottle. Okay, let's do that test. Remember, this is the neutral. This is neutral. All right, let's see how this goes. All right. So I'm going to get a fresh one from this. Okay. All right. Still holding it up here. I didn't move it. Just covering this back. All right. I'm going to bring my solution up here, the one I just made. I'm going to dip it in. Take it out. See that color? It didn't change to green. It didn't change to this. See the difference? This one is neutral. This one has become acidic. Where is that color? Bring it closer. Oops, sorry guys. I mean to blind you guys. Oh, here we go. So right there, okay, right between 5 and 6, that's where we stand, right? So it's actually acidic. So I'm very comfortable with it and I'm happy with it. All right guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. If this is something you like to see, this kind of content, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to join the Telegram group, you can click the link in the description to join the Telegram group. Over there you can actually reach out to me by DMing me and asking me questions. I'll leave my phone number also there for those of you who are interested in car air fresheners, and those of you who are interested in the card stock for car air fresheners, home air fresheners. Maybe very soon I might decide to offer this room spray recipe out for you guys as well, but we'll think about that and we shall see about that. You guys notice I haven't really mentioned a lot of the ingredients. The only thing I've mentioned is water, and I think that's about it, right? But I'm thinking about that and see how I can help other people as well. But again, this might not come as a free product, okay guys, because this is a recipe. All right guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you're having a good day whenever you're watching this, and I hope everything is working out for your good. All right guys, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Stay tuned and keep that bell notification on, because more videos will be coming about all of this. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day and God bless. Bye bye.